Hello, you beautiful people. I told you guys I'm going to be doing more podcasts on this channel. I got one coming today, which is the one we're doing now. And we got one coming tomorrow because it's National Cerebral Palsy Day tomorrow. I'll be doing that one tomorrow, obviously. But today's one is mainly about music and how it's influenced my life for the better, in a sense. Now, obviously, music's been around for generations, like 30s, 40s, 60s, all the way, I miss that 50s, all the way up to the fucking 2000s, which we're in now, and even today's music. Like, I remember back in school, obviously, we learned about, we learned so much about music, obviously, like, from primary. I don't think much from primary, because obviously you had nursery rhymes and stuff like that when you were younger, but I had a big influence when I hit secondary school because, in primary school, yeah, it was kind of like we had certain songs and we did like, we did like a thing for when we were younger. We did like a leaving play in year 6, and we had to sing songs, obviously. And we did Robin Hood. I was Friar Tuck. I'll leave you guys in that image. I was Friar Tuck. I didn't have a bald head. I had a bald thing on my head, which I've always wanted to do. But yeah, we did a singing. We kind of had to sing songs in school, obviously, but music didn't really hit me until I was about 11, and that's mainly when I got to like secondary school. My music kind of changed. My whole taste of it kind of changed. I was like, what can I do to like really open my eyes to music? So obviously YouTube was a thing, and I went on YouTube, I listened to the latest music. Now I had loads of different artists that I would listen to, N-Dubs, even a bit of Kanye, Akon, 50 Cent, big one was Eminem back in the day, obviously. You start like, when you hear music on the radio, you're like, you either listen to it and you like it, or you don't, and you just like, you don't listen to that song again. Well, obviously, as we was growing up, you hear all these songs. Some have swearing in it, some don't. That's why it says, like, when even on the song now, it says explicit. That's where the swearing comes into play. I loved growing up with, because obviously when I was younger, I used to sit in the car and we would sit and listen to like all types of like Saturday Night at the Movies, all the classics like from the 70s or 80s, and that's where like my love for music came from. Was really sitting, as much as it was in secondary school with all the songs we used to sing, it was sitting in the back of, excuse me, it was sitting in the car, like the minibus we had, and singing all the songs obviously when they come on and that, and it was so awesome just to hear the songs. And obviously as you get older, the new kind of music comes out, and you're a little bit like, am I skeptical and thinking, is this a good song, or is it really just going to be something that's going to fade out in the next year or so? Now obviously 70s and like 90s music, that's never going to die. I'm a 90s baby, I love my 90s music, I love a bit of 80s as well. But there are some songs that come on and then like within a year they're just like, oh, you remember that song? And you're like, no, not really. But then you listen to it, you're like, oh yeah, it was kind of one that was kind of not really hit off. But yeah, when I hit 11, voice crack there, my whole taste kind of changed. I was listening to, like, as I say, I was listening to Eminem, all that sort of stuff. And then as I got a little bit more older, maybe 12, 13, my visual thing of music completely changed. My visual comparison of music completely changed. I went from hip hop and like rap and shit like that to classical. I loved classical music, man. Pavarotti, just across the road. Love me ambulance, man. yeah, Pavarotti, Andrea Bocelli, Josh Groban, loads of fucking different artists. I fell in love with the side of classical music for about 3, maybe 4 years. And obviously I kind of tried to incorporate other music in with it. So like, obviously I've always had a love, like, obviously because of my brother, I've always had a love for Disney. So I've always loved Disney songs. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. Why I've loved Disney and what's kind of changed with Disney. But like, yeah, I loved classical music. I loved the perception of it. I loved how it made people feel. Put you down for a minute and crossing the road. Ooh. But yeah, I listened to it for about 3-4 years, and I'd mainly listen to it only because I'm gonna admit it now on camera, only because it would annoy my brother. But then he knew how to annoy me because he loved like Swedish House Mafia, Avicii, R.I.P. man, like all the songs, that sort of thing. He loved all that, and I would be like, no, my classical side, I love it. And then obviously I love like soulful music, so like Stevie Wonder, Cilla Black. What else did I listen to? I listened to a bunch of things. And then when I got to like 16, 17, my taste kind of like wore off a little bit, and I was trying to introduce myself to more up-to-date music. And obviously by that time you had Fetty Wap, you had, who else did you have? You had like Jason Derulo, you had like loads and loads of artists, loads of artists bringing out different tunes. Frizzle Kicks, all those sort of things. I know it's a throwback right there. But they were so fucking, they were all just like a big influence on my years growing up. And then I kind of like dropped that stage of my life, because I was like, alright, today's music is rubbish, you know? I wasn't enjoying what I was listening to. And then I went away when I was about 18. Yeah, I went away on this trip called The Challenge, obviously. Met a few people, and there was one guy called Max. We called him Slender Man. And Max had a really deep voice, but he had a love for Volterra. Now, if you don't know what Volterra is, it's basically a little bit like, I don't know how to describe it in a sense. It was more like a bit of rock. But yeah, because we went away and we were a drama group, in a sense, we basically, what we did was, we kind of like, we all took turns singing. And it was nice because we all got to hear, like, I can't sing for shit. I know I've sung on this channel before, but I can't sing for shit. But there was people like my friend Francesca, who sang Colors in the Wind from Pocahontas. You had Jasmine, who sang Part of Your World from Little Mermaid. And then Max comes in with this deep ass voice and sings It's So Easy When You're Evil from Volterra. We're like, motherfucker, this is cool. And then we came back to the place. We went, because obviously we went camping, and we're sitting there and everything, and he starts singing it. And I go back. Once we'd done the camping trip, we went back to the compound that we was at, the place. And we're sitting there, and I'm like, what was that guy's name? And Max goes, Volterra. So I started listening to a few of his songs, and I was like, ooh, this is really good. And then I started to enjoy listening to more darker side of songs. So I wouldn't say darker side, but it was just not a natural song that I would be listening to. So I started listening to like death metal, rock and roll, that sort of thing. So like Whitesnake, Black Veil Brides, Breaking Benjamin. Oh, I loved it. And then I love it today. Like on my playlist, obviously I have 600 songs on my playlist. And oh yeah, I also went for a country stage, listening to country songs. I still love a bit of country. Luke Bryan, Blake Shelton, Chris Young, love them. Yeah, but I went through that stage obviously, and then you're not gonna let me past? Okay. Can I get past? Yeah, I can get past. Pressing. But yeah, I got to there obviously. I got to that point where I'm at now, where I'm kind of at now, where I love my. I wouldn't say it's death metal because I don't like the screaming side of it, but I do love a bit of like gruffness in the voice. So yeah, I kind of listen to it and I'm like, yeah, I love this. So I get to the point where I'm just like, fuck it, I'm listening to it. And then obviously like, so that's where obviously I like got to now. But where I've also gotten to, I was really bad. I held my phone crossing the road. But no, I got to the point where I was just like, because of my love for Disney, because of my brother Nave, I was like, I wonder if you can combine Disney songs with like rock and death metal in a sense, or just metal. And then I found a wonderful artist on YouTube called Jonathan Young, and he started to do these wonderful covers of Disney songs, covering. The first one I ever listened to of his was Circle of Life, and for a long time that was my ringtone, that was my alarm clock because it wakes me up. And then he started to do Go the Distance from Hercules. He did Eye to Eye from the Goofy movie. He did Stand Out from the Goofy movie. He did On My Way from Brother Bear. He did so many, and then he then got a little bit more popular, and he started to release an album. And I loved it. I fucking loved the fact that he released an album. I was buying all his albums on iTunes. He released Volume 1, and then he got in contact. Then obviously through him, so if you like, so with YouTube obviously, yeah, normally what they do is if you like one artist, they go, oh, if you like this artist, you'll like another artist. And I was like, ah, cool, awesome. So I did it, and I found through Jonathan Young, I know he's not he's not really like in the metal kind of things, but I found Caleb Howes, and Caleb Howes is one of the most talented motherfuckers out there. Love what he does with his music. It's more soulful than like that, and then the screaming and the stuff that Jonathan Young does. And they got together and they've done a few collaborations, obviously. But I love it was like I was always hoping to listen to something that I could always listen to, like my Disney side, and then my rock and roll side, or my metal side. And then when I found him, I was like, oh, I'm in love. Because he did like two different volumes of of Disney, and then he went into DreamWorks, and then now he just covers, like he did one of my favourites that he's done, on that both him and Caleb Howes have both done, is I love the song Why Should I Worry by Billy Joel. And they both covered it separately, but each cover of theirs is fucking awesome. But yeah, I've grown up with the fact that music has been such an outlet for me, because I've had some tough times, obviously, and when I listen to my music, obviously you can see I'm wearing headphones now. When I'm out and about, obviously I normally listen to music because it's like a distraction from the world. I know I should be paying attention, and I do. I always, like, if I'm crossing the road, I take one headphone out so I know I can cross the road, and if there's any danger I can immediately see it. But I'm not. It's going to be a little bit more difficult because of my reaction speed. I gotta stop, my fucking alarm is killing me. But I've always used music as an outlet, and I always think that it's an outlet, yes, but it's also something that I thoroughly enjoy. and especially if you enjoy it and then you can get someone else to enjoy it with you. Like there's so many artists today: Ed Sheeran, Sam Smith. Obviously talking like metal side of things, like my Bride's Breaking Benjamin, as I've said. Andy Black, the lead singer from Black Brides. There's so many, and it's just like, so obviously my music taste, as you can tell, goes from all the way from Disney to rock and roll, and I've always loved the fact that I can be able to listen to most music. There are some songs today that I'm like, oh, what the fuck is that shit? Like, I even went through a grime stage with my brother. Like Bugsy Malone, Krypton Conan, I don't know, Chip, Young'un. Yeah, I'm dropping names like that, yeah. I went through a kind of stage like that with him. And then obviously I kind of grew out of it quite quickly because my love for metal and other music took over. But I love, like, there's one thing I love in life, is I love music. I could talk about it for hours upon hours, about how so many times I've been upset or something, maybe after a breakup, or maybe I've been in different scenarios where I'm just like, nope, today's not my day, sort of thing. I can plug my headphones in, listen to anything, listen to some songs. Obviously, one of the biggest influences from it was last year, but it came really big this year, was The Greatest Showman. I've done I don't know how many videos on this channel about The Greatest Showman. Like, that is one of the most fantastic fucking musical pieces that has been brought out, because I have loved every minute and every second of The Greatest Showman, from A Million Dreams all the way up to From Now On. Like, the songs are phenomenally amazing. I know I haven't forgot about The Greatest Show, because for anyone comments, no, I love them. And it's just like, there are some movies that are made to be made, and especially with the music that comes with it. Another one is obviously Mamma Mia 2. When I went and watched that, I was a bit skeptical, but the songs in it, I know it's ABBA obviously, but who's singing it that makes it that much more special. But yeah, I love, as I can say many times, I love music, always have, always will. It's one of my best things in life, and I've always loved it from such a young age. And I think that if you're a parent, if you're a carer, if you're even just someone that isn't like that, and you love music, continue with what you're doing. Keep it as something that you can keep as to make you happy, because it is one of the most spine-tingling, loving things that I've got in life. And I would never tell people not to listen to music. It's one of those things that makes me smile in a sense. I know this one's kind of short today, but it's only going to be like 20 minutes, maybe 21 minutes after I'm done with the outro. But at the end of the day, I just want, if you can comment and tell me what your favourite songs are, feel free to. But if you want to give me some more ideas on what to say in videos or what to talk about, yeah, again, comment, tell me what you want me to talk about. Obviously, there's going to be a CP one up tomorrow, and I'm going to go quite in depth with that one. I don't know how long that one's going to be, but I'm going to love you, leave you, and tell you guys that, just subscribe buttons. You should subscribe to me for my amazing content. Cheesy, I know. Hit the like button if you do like this video, or any of these types of videos. And as always, comment if you want me to talk about anything or if there's anything you want me to improve on. But until then, I'm going to love you, leave you, and goodbye.